Good, how are you? Thank you.
Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It's your boy Phil. So today, we are going to have a sumptuous dinner at the Bacchanal Buffet at Ceasars Palace, Las Vegas. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start the video. Hope you're having a great day, everyone. Today, we are going to have dinner at the Bacchanal Buffet at Ceasars Palace, Las Vegas. This is probably one of the well-known buffets here in the area, and they have a lot of cuisines from different countries, but in this video, I'm going to focus more on the seafood and the steaks, and some foreign cuisines at the end. To start this buffet, I decided to start with the meat and steak section followed by the seafood section. Since they have lots of choices for the seafood and the steak, the $79 to $100 buffet just pays for itself for the value of the choices of the meats and the seafood that you have. They have about 30 to 40 choices of protein that you can have that can range from chicken to prime rib. So I had to start with the prime rib, and this prime rib is cut in front of the guest and seasoned with salt. I also added some peppercorn and mushroom gravy. So for my first plate, I got some lamb steak on top, prime rib with mushroom and peppercorn gravy, and bone marrow with a cracker, and with my main carb as the Azteca fried rice. Let's try the prime rib on its own. The prime rib is so tender and delicious. And for this piece, it doesn't really need much seasoning besides the salt, and the gravy just adds more flavor to the dish. But to be honest, I can eat this prime rib just with the salty seasoning. The lamb steak with herbs and spices was tender, delicious, and it actually tasted like beef. And it doesn't have that funky smell associated with lamb. Just pure lamb tenderness and flavor. Chase it with some rice and let's go to the bone marrow. This is oven-baked beef bone marrow from the thigh. And now one thing that I want to taste is the fatty and rich bone marrow in the center. And the cracker is just to scoop out that rich bone marrow. The taste was truly decadent. Similar to soft, melts in your mouth beef fat. It's like all of the beef flavor and beef fat has concentrated into this small area. And this is the amount of flavor that this bone marrow had. This grilled short arm octopus tasted like grilled squid. The squash puree was sweet and creamy. Let's go to the seafood section. They have a wide array of shellfish and fish options, but we went ahead to go with their shellfish. So we had some whelks, sea snails, mussels, clams, lobster claws, Dungeness crab claws, and snow crab leg, and all with your choices of sauces and seasonings. And you know, for shellfish, you have to really use your hands to get that succulent meat out of those shells. And for me, I consider it an achievement when you remove that meat from that shell perfectly, all in one piece. And the meat doesn't really need any seasoning. They're sweet and salty at the same time. They also are kind enough to crack a portion of that shell for you to get that succulent, delicious, tender meat easily. And don't forget the crab leg joints or the shoulders, because they hold a lot of meat as well. The Dungeness crab legs have a sweeter and milder flavor compared to the snow crabs. Although they have less meat compared to the snow crabs and you just have to work a little harder to get to them, but still they are tasty and meaty as well. And that's a perfect crab nugget from the legs. And surprisingly, some meat of this Dungeness crab tastes sweeter and some of it tastes saltier. And there's also more leg meat in the leg joints where the legs connect to the crab shell. Let's go to more shellfish. These mussels are steamed with some herbs and are perfectly cooked. These clams are also steamed with some chili, perfectly cooked, tender, and have a milder flavor compared to the mussels. They're kinda addictive because they're seasoned very well and you can have as much clams as you want. These sea snails were a treat. They tasted like a combination of squid, mussels, abalone at the same time. Mouthfeel when chewing was the muscular part tasted like abalone and squid. The soft part felt like chewing on mussels and clams. And don't forget to remove that protective cover at the entrance of the shell. And these marine sea snails are healthy as well. Since most of their diet is seaweed, you can practically taste the saltiness and the brininess in their meat. Really flavorful, really delicious. It also takes something to twist them out of their shell. And they don't really need much seasoning or dipping sauces because of the brininess and the flavor in their meat. And same as the snow crab legs, they also put cracks in the lobster claws for you to get access to that lobster meat easily. The lobster claw meat was sweet and tasty, and surprisingly tender, because some of the bigger claws of lobsters have really tough meat. This New England staple is definitely a favorite of mine. Some stir-fried shrimp. The shrimp was also well cooked, well seasoned, and was sweet and tender. The tamale or head fat was rich, creamy, buttery, delicious. The meat is sweet and tender and has a taste of delicious garlic seasoning. So I decided to have some Asian delicacies, which consists of roasted Peking duck, yang chow fried rice, stir-fried kailan greens, and from Korea, the galbi or braised short rib. The stir-fried kailan leaves tasted like broccoli leaves or bok choy, well seasoned, and is a great appetizer before the meat. This marinated short rib was tender to the bite and have lots of flavor of beef fat. The Peking duck was roasted very well. The meat was so tender, the skin was crispy, and it tasted better than grilled chicken. Even if it's bonier compared to the chicken, this roasted Peking duck definitely has more flavor. Next, let's have some Mexican cuisine, in which we are going to try some al pastor tacos and tacos dorado. The first thing that I'm gonna try are tacos dorados. Tacos dorados consists of a filling of cheese, pulled pork, and any number of seasonings rolled into a soft shell taco, which is then deep fried golden brown, giving it the nickname crispy golden tacos. The pulled pork was fall off the bone tender, full of flavor because of the moderate amount of pork fat, very juicy, and that cheese provides that stringy texture for each bite.
Very distinct. I like the smoked flavor of the tacos. Aguayo spurted some lime on.
Al pastor tacos are pieces of fatty pork cooked on a flat grill and mixed with pineapple, topped with cilantro and white onions. This type of taco leans more to the sweet side because of the pineapple.
Look, moist meat with onions.
And we finish off our buffet with some dessert. Leche flan, egg tart, and coconut cream. The leche flan was soft, creamy, and not that sweet. The leche flan or milk custard was melt in your mouth soft. The coconut cream consisted of young coconut mixed in creamy, milky, and not that sweet creamy dressing. The egg tart has a very flaky bread and has a similar core and taste to the leche flan. Very soft, creamy, and not that sweet as well. And that was a great dinner indeed. Thank you for watching this video, and I really do hope that you enjoy it, and thank you for your continued support. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. See you later in the next video, guys. Take care.